Welcome to Nerd on Nerd with me, Ellie Kempster.
And me, Liam Underwood. And this is the first episode of 2018.
We made it.
Hooray.
Another year.
Happy New Year.
Yep.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about an anime. Yeah, I know. It's a surprise because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Liam said no animes until Barefoot Gen. And did I miss the Barefoot Gen episode?
They would have all listened to the last episode.
Some of them might not have done. Some of them might not have done.
And I said, it's fine, I'll take the blame.
For those, so if anyone did miss the last episode, we didn't do Barefoot Gen on that episode.
Nope.
We've got to do your name because Ellie whined basically.
You had, to be fair, Liam, your name has been on the cards since I first watched it last year, and we always said you bought it. You said it's coming out in November. I said fine, I'll wait for November. That's fine. I'm happy to wait for November. So you had all that time to slip Barefoot Gen in, and you didn't. So really, I'm taking the blame. So it's fine.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about your name. That's later. First, it's catching up with Ellie and Liam. So it's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah. So I imagine we're both going to have shit tons of stuff to talk about.
Yep.
Yep.
How was your Christmas and New Year?
That's true. We did. Yeah, there we go. Good. There is stuff. Thank fuck.
Yes.
Panics there. Yeah, Christmas was good. Had a good Christmas. Did sort of the usual stuff. Boxing Day. Our Boxing Day got cancelled.
What? How does that happen?
My aunt and uncle, who we were going to go and visit on Boxing Day, fell really ill over Christmas.
That's not good.
So we sort of just cancelled Boxing Day, which was a weird experience.
So wait, why didn't you just do something else instead of just cancelling?
No, well, we did. So instead of going to my aunt and uncle's, we went over to my grandparents for lunch.
Oh, okay. That sounds nice.
So we still did something. It just, wasn't the original plan.
Yeah. Did you get anything good for Christmas?
Yeah, I got a Odeon gift card.
Oh.
With a fair amount of money on it, so I can go to the cinema.
So more cinema reviews coming from Ellie this year?
Yep. Genuinely, there will be.
That's good.
What else did I get? Just a bunch of stuff. It was, there's I think you get to a certain age and you stop getting there's never that big thing on your list really. Did you have a big thing on your list?
Nah, not really.
Oh, okay.
But I also don't want to accept that I'm at that certain age.
Well, okay.
So next year I'm going to put a big thing. Well, this year technically I'm going to put a big thing on my
list. It has to be a toy. It has to be like a Megazord.
All right, yeah.
How about you? What was your Christmas like? Good Christmas?
It was stressful.
Yeah?
Yeah, so regular listeners who listened to the last episode will know that I think just after we recorded I was about to go to the doctors to get my eyes looked at.
Yep.
That didn't go well.
No, it wasn't the best news, Liam.
No, so on the episode I said if I was going blind I'd kill myself. I need to edit that statement because unfortunately I was diagnosed with a rare genetic disorder.
Yeah.
So apparently, and I say apparently, I mean this is according to a doctor and a professional. Well, a professional professor.
These dickheads, they're just making some bullshit up.
Yeah,
you're fine.
They diagnosed me with something called retinitis pigmentosa, which apparently affects something like 1 in 3,000 or 4,000 people.
What? That's it's shit, but also that's kind of cool.
It's quite rare, not ideal.
It's like a shiny.
Yeah. And what it does is basically, so you know how the issue was I couldn't see at night?
Yeah.
I went and had some eye tests done and also found out that I don't have great peripheral vision.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And basically something to do with one of the genes in my retina at the back of the eye is faulty. So all of the cells back there are slowly dying off, which starts off with night blindness, then peripheral, and then central, and you end up blind with it.
Yeah.
Currently, there's officially no cure. It's apparently a slow process. So the professional... So, okay, the day before my 30th birthday, I went to see someone who's local to where I live, who said they think it's this, and then just gave me a booklet. And the booklet was very much like, most people go blind with this, there is no cure, and just really depressing.
Yeah. So that's not a great book to get.
No. So that kind of put a bit of a dampener on the whole birthday celebrations.
Yep. Understandably.
Yeah. Then I booked to go to Moorfields Eye Hospital, which is a big eye hospital in the UK, I guess. based up in that London. So we kind of managed to get an appointment really quickly for that, thankfully, which was 5th of January. So I basically spent from the 20th of December to like the 5th of January not really knowing for sure if I had this horrible thing, and just kind of really hoping that I didn't, and then found out on the 5th of January after having like scans of my eyes done that I definitely do have it.
Yeah, but then also slightly more positive.
Well,
not like more positive than the booklet that was like,
yeah, so the professor
everything's
that
ending.
I saw also told us that there's a lot of research that's being done into this area, and the exact words he used were cautiously optimistic.
Which I think from a doctor is like, good.
I don't know. I don't know if he's cautiously optimistic about the fact that they'll manage to do something before I go fully blind, because this is like a real slow process. We're talking like years before it kind of gets really bad, hopefully. So to take away the positives, I'm kind of lucky that it hasn't really come out until I'm 30. Like, some people get kind of diagnosed with this when they're kids and are blind, like in their teen years or something. Other people, it's a lot slower. It affects every person differently, so there's no real timescale. We're just going to have to monitor it. But like, we're talking slow enough that this doctor is happy to be seeing me like once every 18 months for a checkup.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's
so it's a pretty slow process. The other thing is both myself and my mum have to go for genetics, because they think that it probably was passed down through the female side of the family.
Oh, okay.
So we have to go, and hopefully, if that is the case, they'll be able to identify what the gene is, and there is currently research being done. So I know in America, for example, for one of the genes, they've actually managed to reverse it and given people stuff like their sight back.
Yeah.
Which is a 45-minute operation where they just knock you out and inject behind the eyes, basically. They inject you with a virus that is carrying like the gene that you're missing, and then it just starts replicating and you get your vision back.
Yeah, that's like that whole CRISPR thing, right? Where a virus carries the good stuff into you and puts it in there, basically.
Yeah. Super expensive. That in America currently costs $1 million if you want that done.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and also it is only if your gene that's faulty matches this gene that they've got the fix for. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers and hoping that one, it is that gene, or there's other research that's being done. The gene therapy stuff seems promising. They're also looking at stem cells, and something that did recently get approved in the UK was this thing where you have to wear like goggles and have like a electronic computer thing, but it does restore sight if you have this thing, and it doesn't matter which gene is affected. This is like a blanket fix for everyone with it.
Oh, right.
So hopefully I won't go fully blind. But yeah, it's not what you want to hear, is it?
It's not. It is shit, but it does sound more positive.
I'm trying to... Yeah, the thing I'm struggling most with at the moment is just getting my head around it. And also...
Yeah, no, it's a shit... It's a huge thing to... Like, considering, fucking a few months ago, not even months, like weeks, we were joking about the night blindness.
Yeah, which...
Like...
So, and the reason why I think, for me at least, I was so blasé about it is because I went to my doctor, I'd also gone to my opticians, and they all kind of said that there wasn't really any visible problem that they could see. When I went to my doctor and said that the optician said that, he was like, well, that's a relief, because they would have spotted anything that would be, worrying.
Yeah.
So I was of the mindset, it's probably like a prescription update or something that's needed. But yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing I've struggled most with is, now that I know I have it, what's weird is like there is no way that my vision has changed in the last 20 days since I found out the news that I have it, because it just doesn't work that quickly. But because my brain is aware of it, it's like, when you see a child running and they trip over and cut themselves, but then they get up and carry on running, and they don't react until they look down and see that they've cut themselves.
Yeah, you're having a bit of that.
Yeah, where now that I know it's there, I can't stop kind of seeing it and second guessing it.
Yeah, well, I guess especially that whole peripheral vision thing.
Yeah.
I imagine that's the one. The fact, because that wasn't something that you had.
I'd not even noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now that they're like, hey, also your peripheral vision's going slightly, I imagine you're more like, oh Yeah, I can see that now.
Yeah, exactly. I've also noticed I have 2 like blind spots, one in each eye.
Everyone has blind spots. Are yours worse?
I don't know. I have no way of like gauging it.
Because there's like a trick you can do with like a 2 of clubs or whatever, you know, in cards, where you hold it up in a certain place and you won't be able to see one of the dots in either eye.
I did not know
you
that.
naturally have a blind spot. So it might just be that.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know, don't take my word for it, Liam, because I'm not an optician.
No. But yeah, so that kind of did take over my Christmas and New Year a bit, because obviously I was quite upset, Kat was quite upset, my mum was quite upset, her partner was quite upset, and yeah, it's just been a bit of a stressful time.
Understandably, mate.
But, you know, I'm trying to remain optimistic, cautiously optimistic, in the words of the professor.
Yeah.
And hopefully, he did say as well that, like, research he's expecting to kind of skyrocket in the next 5 to 10 years because of all of the stuff that's currently happening. So, fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling more positive for you, because I was feeling bummed out.
Yeah, like, my hope is that they will have a fix before it starts really starting to affect my life.
I mean, yeah, like, that's ideal, but even then, if you're saying, you know, there's some stuff that's bringing eyesight back,
yeah,
then, like, even if it gets shit...
Oh, yeah, they might
like,
end up being able to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You know,
but it could be expensive, so...
Yeah.
We just need to monetize Nerd on Nerd and become millionaires.
Yeah, so when this podcast goes pay to listen...
It'll be to fund me not losing my sight, so you can carry on getting film reviews.
Exactly.
But yeah, so Christmas was still good, don't get me wrong, just also
just
stressful.
Tinged with a little bit element of
yeah. And yeah, so like I've had my birthday since we last spoke, which was also good but stressful. We've had New Year's.
You're now a certain age.
I'm now 30.
You're out of your 20s.
Which is, you know...
You're a real adult now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
No, I mean, legally, we've been adults for quite a few years now. I think that's how...
Is it legally since, like, once you turn 18, you're an adult?
Yeah. So, you know...
This is what I don't... Because you can enlist to the army at, like, what, 16, is it?
Yeah, I think you're, like, a sort of adult at 16.
Yeah. You're adult enough to go and get yourself killed for the country.
Well, let's not start dissing the military. First episode of 2018, you've already insulted the British military.
Yeah, sorry.
We're off to a good start.
That, like, this whole thing probably brought the tone down. We now need to bring it back up. Yeah, we had New Year's Eve, and my mum's birthday was the 1st of January.
Yep, happy birthday to your mum.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that. She doesn't listen, but, you know, if she did.
Well,
she keeps saying that she wants to listen to the episode that everyone wants to listen to, where, you know, the whole introducing Ellie one. And I'm like, but I'm not even the main focus of that episode. Like, why is that the one you want to listen to?
It's the most popular episode, Liam. Everyone wants to listen to it.
I know, I don't get it. But yeah, I also recorded with since we last spoke.
Yes, Amanda told me.
Yeah. I saw she did a little tweet.
Yeah. Because, you know, maybe my moaning last episode...
Yeah, quite possibly.
Sort of resonated. I would like to point out I was joking, and as I pointed out to Amanda, I'm actually quite happy when you get on other stuff.
Yeah, because I still promote this.
It's not even about that, Liam. I'm just happy that, you know, other people get to experience Liam. That's always been... I think, if I remember rightly, the original, like, sort of attitude I'd come into this podcast with was, I just want more people to know about you.
Yeah.
Because to me, you're almost fictional. Like, if I didn't know better, I'd think I was just hallucinating you.
Okay. I don't know how to take that.
I think it's a good thing.
Okay. I don't remember why I first got into this, to be honest.
Money.
Yeah, probably.
As it's slowly becoming evident with you, money, I feel like.
And wanting Fleshlight to send us things.
Yeah, those were the 2 criteria.
Yeah.
We have had neither.
Yeah.
Yet we're going to get money and Fleshlight.
Yes. But yeah, recording with Amanda was good. So I kind of... so her podcast is Amanda's Picture Show a Go-Go. Mm-hmm. And I'm like the resident Zac Efron expert over there, which I love.
Yep, that's like your fucking dream.
Yeah. So it started with, like, last year I was on to talk about Baywatch. Then I was back to talk about The Disaster Artist, but that episode isn't out yet. The Baywatch one is, though. So I definitely recommend you guys into that. The Disaster Artist one, we ran for like 3 hours recording, because we also had to speak about The Room, of course.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So yeah, and now obviously, and the best thing about that was Zac Efron was only in that movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, so she got you on as resident expert to talk about a guy that's in the film for 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's brilliant. And then obviously I was on to talk about The Greatest Showman.
Yeah.
But we'll talk more about that later.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've been kind of busy, I guess.
It's out. Yeah, yeah, you have. Yeah,
I got more films for Christmas.
that's not surprising.
Doesn't help with my tally though, does it?
No, I'm quite looking forward to the final markup. You know, did Liam meet his not original target? What are we on now? Third target?
Yeah.
Third revision to the target. Did Liam hit it?
Yeah.
We'll find out later.
Yeah.
Exciting. This whole episode is just full of us teasing what's coming up. It's great.
Yeah. Have you got any more catching up stuff, or should we jump straight into our?
I did a pretty big thing over New Year's, Liam.
Okay. Cool.
On New Year's Eve, I went over to the Isle of Wight, where some family friends now live.
Yeah.
What did you just say? Did you go, ugh?
No, I went, oh, because I remember you talking about doing that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I went over there, Liam.
Yeah.
And wore a dress for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How was that?
Pretty fucking good.
Were there pictures?
There is one picture. It will never be seen by anyone.
Why?
Because I don't look amazing in it, Liam, let's say.
Oh, I want to see it.
I mean, you can see it. It's just not getting posted anymore.
Yeah. No, as long as
I'll send it to you.
I wouldn't post it.
No,
Yeah. I do want to see it.
But yeah, no, it was good. I got drunk.
Yeah.
A random person who I'd never met before was there.
Okay.
She was a friend of theirs.
Yeah.
Who they were like, oh, this woman who was called Island Sue because they have mainland Sue, who I went down with.
Right, of course.
So you have to differentiate them by saying Island Sue and Sue.
Yeah.
Island Sue went, and at one point, I distinctly remember I'd been drinking a fair amount.
Yeah.
And she said something to me about LGBTI+.
Yeah.
And how confusing the whole thing was.
Wait, what does the I stand for?
It's lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, intersex,
Okay.
asexual. The Q is genderqueer.
Yeah.
Plus, so everything
Cool.
else.
Yeah.
But it was so she said something about how that was all very confusing. Oh, and then I remember what it was. So she then said something about, oh, I think it's a little bit, I'm totally okay with what you're doing. It's totally makes sense. It's fine. I'm just a little bit worried about when they give it to kids, which was the wrong thing to say to me when I'd had a few drinks.
Yeah.
Because I then lectured her on how giving kids hormones isn't what people think it is. It's just puberty blockers that delay puberty until they can make the decision.
Yeah.
And then my Auntie Jane came over to me and said, yeah, she probably didn't really think that one through. And I was like, I'm a little bit of an expert. I think I'm a little bit of an expert in that field now.
Yeah.
So I don't think Island Sue was ready for an LGBTQ.
That story went a different way. I was thinking it was going to be a nice touching New Year's Eve story of how you got a kiss at midnight.
No. I passed out on a chair, mate, at 3. Oh, no, like 2, and then no one could wake me up. They thought I was dead, and then I woke up at 4 a.m, freezing cold.
Right. Did you get a midnight kiss?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
I mean, it was all family friends there, so it would have been fucking weird.
Yeah, still. I got a kiss at midnight.
Yeah, you were with your girlfriend.
That did help.
It would be weird if you didn't.
That did help. Or if she hadn't have been there, it would have been weird.
That would have been an awkward way. Yeah, imagine if Kat listened to this episode and went, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But no, I'm really proud of you for the whole dress thing.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
I can't believe you didn't tell me that.
It was sort of like I've been slightly panicked about the whole thing. Also, you were going through your thing, and I was like, I don't exactly want to be like, I know Liam's bummed out. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm so sorry, mate.
By the way,
look what I'm doing.
That might have cheered me up, though, to be honest.
Oh, sorry.
Right, I have a question. I'm not sure if it's too personal.
Go for it.
What underwear did you wear with the dress?
The underwear that I'm wearing all the time. Move on.
But that doesn't answer the question at all.
I know it doesn't.
So you're a woman of many mysteries.
All the mysteries, mate.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. New Year roundup.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
Right, we I think last year I didn't bother going back to listen to our episode because who's got the time?
Neither did I.
But I think we had the rule that it had to have been released in the prior year, so 2016.
Yeah.
We're tweaking
changed
that.
it.
We're tweaking that this year. We had to have experienced the thing for the first time in 2017.
Yeah, because that makes more sense for what we do because, the only real section on the show where we're actually reviewing stuff that's just come out is your cinema bit, and if I've gone to the cinema.
Yeah, or you might read a new book sometimes, but it's not
even,
often.
Yeah, but even then, it's usually me reading stuff that's been out for years.
Oh, we sometimes do new TV shows.
That's true, but do you know what I mean? So our sort of the format that we really do is like Culture Swap is us, or usually one of us experiencing something new that is actually not a new thing.
Yeah, sometimes we do new video games for Culture Swap.
Yeah, no, I know. Occasionally we do new stuff.
It's just rare.
But a lot of the time we don't.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I have a bit of a cough, so you might have to edit
So
some
do
of my
I.
coughs out.
It's the Australian flu, mate.
Yeah, I've heard that's going around.
It's great.
Not good.
No.
So we're going to talk about our top 3 films, TV, video game, and podcast highlights. But also, we're really narcissistic, so it's not like the top 3 podcasts we listen to.
I could do that, but no, it's our top 3 moments on our podcast.
Yeah, because, it's all about nerd on nerd.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Honestly, can I just say the reason why that is, genuinely, is because there's so many great highlights from all the podcasts I've listened to over the last year, I couldn't possibly narrow it down to 3.
No, that's fair, neither could I. I just love them so much.
Yeah, every single one that I listened to was a highlight.
Stop trying to get everyone back on your side.
This is like 2018 is the return of the Liamettes. Is that what they were called?
Yeah, you've got the Liamettes.
Yeah, we haven't named your ones yet, have we?
No, there's a lot of debate going on in the Ellie fan community, debating about the name.
Okay, cool.
Just non-stop, mate. Non-stop communication with them about what they're going to call themselves.
I can only imagine. Should we start with our podcast highlights?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Do you want to go first? Then I'll say mine, then you say one, then I say one, then you say one, then I say one.
Are we doing it like in ascending order?
I can do that.
Alright. So my first one was our Mother's Day special. I think the episode was called This One's for the Mums.
It's a good name.
And that's where, for Mother's Day, for our mothers who don't listen, we decided to talk about 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, because that's what mums like.
Yes. That's what my mum likes, at least.
I spoke to my mum and she didn't like it. I remember that.
Yeah, but
But we did it anyway.
Yeah, because that's what we know. A lot of mums like it.
Yeah, it was for all the mums.
Exactly. But that was a highlight of mine. I thought it was a great episode.
Yeah, I think that was a good episode. Us discussing the BDSM community.
Yeah. I think we handled that with tact.
I don't remember if we did, but I believe you.
I mean, we handle every one of these topics with tact.
That's true. That's what people know us for.
Yeah.
Your okay, so my one was third place. Is Garbage Day.
Oh, that was a very recent one.
Yeah, it was, and it's made it to my top 3. Just specifically Garbage Day.
Didn't that technically come out in 2018?
I didn't. Did it? It might have.
I think you might have already screwed the pooch.
We recorded before.
Yeah, we did record it before, but it came out in 2018.
Shit.
9 days ago.
Wow.
But fine. It's fine. It's fine. We recorded it before.
Bad times.
Yeah. So why was that a highlight for you?
Because it's the best Christmas special I've had. Me getting a really good film that wasn't good but was really good.
Yeah, it was a film that I knew that you would enjoy. It just took us a year to get there.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a year in the making, so it was sort of
a
culmination of Christmases.
Because I genuinely feel like you wouldn't get the same experience from it if you just watched that without watching the first one beforehand.
Oh no, you need to watch the first one to have the devastation of rewatching 45 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Which just makes that last bit better.
Exactly.
It's perfect.
I mean, I'm just hopeful that in the next 3 years, as we do the next 3 films, this enthusiasm for the franchise continues.
I hope it does too, mate.
I don't think it will.
No, I've got a feeling it won't.
Nah. Okay. Any other reasons?
No, just Garbage Day, mate. Garbage Day.
Fair enough. For me, my second highlight, this is going back to earlier in the year, February time, when maybe we recorded March, but anyway, I became Cineworld's Unlimited Fan of the Month.
Absolutely beautiful moment. It will go down in the annals of Nerd on Nerd.
Yep. I think we read out my application.
I think we did. And it's you sort of defend it as you being quite honest.
Yeah.
And it isn't.
Wow.
Is the thing. And I think anyone that heard it would be like, that's not the Liam we know.
Nah, it is.
Sure.
That was a highlight.
That was really good. The build up to it was amazing.
Yes.
Oh, good times.
Yes.
My second was Your Letter, Liam.
Oh, yeah, I put a lot of thought and effort into that.
Yeah, specifically because the idea was shit,
Yes, it was.
but the contrast between Your Letter and mine was a beautiful, beautiful moment.
Yeah. I think anyone that was, after the introducing the Ellie episode, anyone that was maybe on the fence about what team they wanted to belong to, that episode probably really helped them make that decision.
Yeah, I feel like from this point on, it's probably all going to balance out again.
Maybe.
But I think there were a couple of weeks there, or maybe even a couple of episodes, where I was the fan favourite.
Yeah. But you know, I'll let you have that because I had a good 50 episode run where I was obviously the fan favourite.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But I think one of the things that's important for me to retain to get those fans back on board is definitely my modesty.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. You keep yourself humble.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly why I do this podcast.
Yeah, that's it. That's the bit we couldn't remember. That's why you started. You said, I'm going to start a podcast where I talk for an hour and 40 minutes because I'm so humble.
Yeah. My favourite podcast highlight of 2017, and this is a bit of a cheat because it's not just one, but it was all of the guests that we had on, because we had such a great year for guests, I think.
Are you a little bit worried that after you say that whole thing about you know all the fan favourites and stuff, are you worried that this is now going to sound like you're just pandering to people?
No.
Okay.
Genuinely, my don't get me wrong, I do enjoy recording with you, but my favourite thing is when we have a guest on, because I feel like that adds just this extra element that is unpredictable. I think we've been doing this long enough now that when we watch a culture swap or something, we can probably gauge how the other person's going to react to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
When we have a guest on, there's always then this beautiful unknown element.
Yeah, no, that's true. And we've had some really good, it sounds lame, but learning experiences almost, learning more about Jason and the Canadian life he's led.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one.
We had Amanda on. I can't remember. Let me double check. I can't remember if it was her return or her first appearance.
She must have been on the year before first, right?
No, I think it was her first one, because the first time was Ghost World, wasn't it?
Yeah, was that this year? Oh, okay.
Well, according to the SoundCloud, that was 11 months ago.
Right, fair enough.
So yeah, we had Amanda on at the start of the year. Kat had a couple of special appearances. She was on our Walking
Lee's
Dead.
been on.
Who?
Lee.
Yeah, we had
So
Lee,
I mentioned Jason. I
Jason.
don't want to leave Lee out
No, of course we had Dan
because
Palmer.
he'll complain.
Yeah,
He Dan
does.
Palmer.
We had Amanda return. Also, we had Joe and Joey from Zack Attack.
Yep, the Zack Attack boys. That was a good episode.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what you said. We had some great learning experiences.
I now know more about Zac Efron than I ever thought I would.
And are you kind of coming around to him?
I never disliked him.
Okay, good.
I'm not becoming a super fan like you guys are. I like him.
Yeah.
But I never disliked him particularly. I think I had issues with his early work, and I don't think anyone has swayed me on that.
When you say early work,
so the High School Musical era. I know I like High School Musical, but do you know what I mean? I don't particularly like that Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Which was what he was being forced to do. That's not his fault.
Yeah, and we could have a huge discussion about Zac Efron, but
let's not.
We probably shouldn't.
Let's not.
We'll have that later in the year.
Of course we will.
But yeah, that was definitely my main highlight. Was I felt like we made much more of an effort to reach out and get people on this year.
Yeah, we did better this year.
Yeah, and I'm hoping
we need to keep that going.
Yeah, we definitely do. And I also want to get I don't want people to just be one and done. I really want to get Mark back on. Because we haven't had him
we
on
need
in
to have Mark
ages.
back. Yeah, we haven't had him. Yeah. I want to do some more fucking classical horror shit.
Exactly. I know Kat is eager to come back on.
Yep, that's good.
I know we want to have Jason and Leon together.
Yep, both of them.
I'd love to get the Zack Attack guys back.
I've got to have on my friends who are complaining.
Yeah, I'd love to get Amanda back again, because we'll get to it, but she recommended one of my favourite things that I experienced last year. And obviously, we'll have to get Dan back for another Walking Dead special.
Yep, we're coming up on it.
Not long. So yeah, that was my main highlight.
Yeah, that's cool. My main highlight, Liam, was coming out on the show.
Yeah, that was almost like a relief for me, because I could stop being this weird double agent where behind the scenes I kind of was referring to you one way, and I had to forget that when we was recording.
Yeah.
And it was very confusing for me.
Yeah, no, I know.
So
I mean, I think it's my favourite moment just because the like positivity I've had from like all the people that listen.
Yeah.
It's just been good. I mean, I'm glad I got a good reception. So thanks, everyone.
It just shows that we have like good, open-minded fans.
Yeah.
You know, they can't be bothered to, you know, write in very often. But when
good,
they
you've
do,
turned it into a complaint.
when they do, it's to, you know, support you.
Yep, exactly.
When I have ideas, like, oh, let's write letters and get the fans to write letters, no one cares. But you kind of just mention how you're a woman and everyone's out of the woodworks. Love it.
You done?
Yep.
Good. Yeah, you know, there you go. That's our top podcast moments.
Yeah.
So, films?
Film? Okay. Do you want to go first this time?
Yep, I'll start. I think films, Liam.
Yep.
My sort of the third best film of the year, or that I've seen this year, is probably Logan.
Yeah, no, that's a solid choice. It was a great
Yeah,
film.
it was a really good film. Like, probably, I want to say the best X-Men film that's been done.
Yeah.
I think.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
I did... Oh, actually, I don't know. It's between that and X2 for me.
See, I like the original too, but I don't know. I like the direction it took with, like, Days of Future Past and stuff.
Yeah.
And Logan felt like the sort of... not the conclusion to that, but it's a fucking awesome conclusion to that character. And, considering the stuff they'd done, like Wolverine Origins...
Yeah.
You know, that Logan easily could have been a shit film and wasn't.
Yeah, and I think Deadpool has a lot to do with that.
Oh, yeah. It was... They realised they could actually do...
They could
gore
do that
in one of
character
these
justice
films.
at last.
Yeah, which... Yeah, he's always needed to be as brutal as he is in that film.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that was a great film. Interestingly enough, all of my films are UK 2017 cinema releases.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did go back and watch a few classic films, but they would either be films I've seen before or they've just missed out of hitting my top 3.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. You're such a film buff that there probably weren't a lot of new films you were experiencing. Or, that such a small number that they don't make it onto your top list because you'll have seen the good shit.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, all of the ones on my top 3 were 2017's UK cinema releases.
Mm-hmm.
So third place, we had Spider-Man Homecoming.
Great film.
Honestly, I super loved it. It still has one of my favourite scenes from the year, which I don't want to do spoilers. All I'll say is it takes place in a car and features no superhero-y CGI flying around stuff.
Yeah, that is a really well done scene.
Yeah, absolutely loved it. Also, it had the whole coming-of-age American high school thing that I love.
Yeah, it was like a superhero movie, but with more themes that appeal to you.
Yeah, exactly. It was almost like it was tailor-made for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What was your second?
My second was La La Land.
Wow, that's solid choice.
Yeah, I love that movie. I listen to the soundtrack like once every sort of 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just such a good film.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with you there.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's like much to say about it. I just love it.
Fair enough. My second was The Greatest Showman.
Ooh.
Which was a bit of a late entry.
When did you see that?
Boxing Day.
Yeah, so fair enough. That's...
Yeah, for Christmas, like me and my mum spent Christmas together, just the two of us.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that sounded sarcastic. That was genuine.
Yeah, because I have like a mini Christmas with Kat, and then we go to our families, and then Ian, who is my mum's other half, on Christmas Day he goes to his family, and we just have like Christmas Day together, and normally Boxing Day. So this year for like Boxing Day, I knew that The Greatest Showman was coming out on that day. I was really excited to see it. I knew Kat was going to go see it with her mum, so I was like, well, I'm going to take my mum, who never goes to the cinema. I know she went to see La La Land because everyone was banging on about it and she likes musicals. And I think the 50 Shades sequel came out last year, and I know she went to see that. But that was the only time she went to the cinema last year. So I wasn't sure if she'd enjoy it, but she loved it and I loved it, obviously.
Cool.
She came out and she was like, who was that really handsome guy in it? And I was like, oh, let me tell you about Zac Efron.
Oh my god. I'm just picturing you and your mum gossiping about Zac Efron and how dreamy he is.
Oh, his eyes.
Whatever, move
They're the
on.
bluest blue.
You can talk about it later.
Oh, okay, I will. But yeah, I probably should stop there because I'm going to be reviewing it later. So
exactly.
Yeah. All right. What was your favourite film of 2017?
My favourite film of 2017, Liam, was Your Name.
Oh.
Yep. We're going to talk about that later, so I'm also not going to say anything else.
My favourite film was one that you've already mentioned.
Yep.
La La Land.
Yeah, I mean, it would have made it for me if Your Name hadn't, if I hadn't watched that this year.
Yeah, I just love La La Land so much. Like, Emma Stone, just amazing. Gosling, amazing. Music, amazing. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
TV.
You go first, friend.
Alright, my third favourite was Riverdale, which was kind of like Dawson's Creek meets Twin Peaks.
Yeah, I've not watched it, but I keep hearing a lot about it.
I think you should give it like 3 episodes and see if it's for you.
I'm tempted to. I mean, this is a little bit off topic, but like, have you heard they're doing a remake of Sabrina the Teenage Witch?
Yes, I have.
And it's somehow connected to Riverdale.
Yeah. So it's all part of, like, because it's all based on the comics. It's Archie comics, right?
Yeah, was Sabrina in Archie comics?
Apparently, yeah.
Really?
Yep.
It's mental.
And interestingly, there's also this like weird horror offshoot of the Archie comics. So I think there's a horror version of Sabrina the Teenage Witch. There's Afterlife with Archie, I think it is.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure there's another one that came out last year as well.
Fair enough. I mean, it's weird. I feel like I need to watch it because I'm probably going to end up watching the Sabrina the Teenage Witch remake. Because...
so then yeah, you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I really can't get. I'm not sure if you'll like it or not. I don't know if it'll be a bit too teeny for you.
Interesting.
But definitely give it a couple of episodes and see what you think.
I will.
What was your third favourite?
My third favourite was Game of Thrones.
It was a good year. A lot happened.
It was. It's not been like the best Game of Thrones season ever, I don't think.
No. It was very condensed.
It was. Yeah, there's a lot of setting up for the last season, but I think that's why it's made the list.
Yeah.
Is because I'm sort of looking at the bigger picture of Game of Thrones, and it's made me excited for the next season, for the finale of Game of Thrones.
It's annoying because next year I think is going to be barren. Like, I've looked at what films are coming out. There's only a couple that I'm really excited about, and like TV, we're not getting a third season of Stranger Things next year.
Yep.
And we're not getting the next season of Game of Thrones.
No, yeah, it's going to be a weird one. I mean, the thing is, like, there might not be obvious stuff that we're seeing and saying, oh, you know, that's going to be big, but there's going to be stuff that's released that's really good.
Oh, yeah. We're just currently not aware of it, maybe.
Yeah. So, like, think of it in not like a barren year, Liam, but a year of discovery.
Yeah, potentially. You never know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Optimistic, remember? We're starting this year on a high.
Positive. 2018 is the new Nerd on Nerd, full of positiveness until we talk about Your Name, where we're inevitably going to fall out. What was your second place, Liam?
That was the TV show that Amanda made us watch, Gilmore Girls.
That's cool. I'm glad it made your list.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably...
Yeah, you're going to talk about it in housekeeping, right?
Yeah, so I don't want to say too much.
You've made some progress.
I really liked it.
Yeah, that's fair. I think my second place, Liam, is The Good Place.
I started watching that in 2018.
Yeah.
So I couldn't include it on mine, but I've done the first season already and started the second season, and I see why. Yeah,
I'm not even... I don't want to talk, because I think even with you, I was very careful about not saying some stuff, and it's worth, if you genuinely, listeners, if you haven't watched The Good Place, go and watch it.
Yeah, especially the end of season 1 was just so good.
It's just it's so well done.
That's all I want to say about it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favourite show was Atypical.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because you massively loved that.
Yeah. Have you watched it yet?
No, not yet. It's on my list. I'm getting there.
You just have to, because I know that you're going to fall in love with the same character that I love.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's so good. Anyone that hasn't watched it needs to go watch it. I know Lee, I think, went and watched it after we recommended it to him.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the OA, which he recommended.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you watched that?
Not yet, but it's there. It's in my brain box. I know it's on my to-do list.
Well, you've got your barren year next year, Liam. Maybe the OA will make it on there.
You never know. What was your...
My top one, Liam, was Stranger Things.
Yeah, that just missed out on my list, in all honesty.
Yeah, that's fair. I get it. I love Stranger Things. I'm glad that season 2 was that. You know, it had some pitfalls and issues that we spoke about, but
you know, I think being a bit narcissistic again, our discussion on Stranger Things I thought was really good. I think we did a good job of covering those things that we found questionable, should we say?
Yeah, I think we did.
But yeah, no, I totally see why it was on your list.
Yeah.
Video games next.
Video games.
Interestingly, we've never done graphic novels, I don't think.
No, that's true, and that is part of what we do. So maybe we should start doing that.
We probably do more graphic novels than we do video games.
Yeah, we do.
But it's because I think of you. I think when we very first started this podcast, you were the one that handled like graphic novels and video games, and I kind of handled film and TV.
Yeah, I don't know why I got graphic novels because we read about the same amount.
When we very, very first started this, the little pilot that disappeared off the internet.
Yeah.
I hadn't read any graphic novels, and you were supposed to like help kind of introduce me to that world.
And to be fair, I did. I've given you some good ones over the years. Don't complain.
Which?
Lock and Key.
Yeah. Any others?
Yeah.
Oh, Crossed. You recommended.
Crossed. Exactly. I've given you like your favourite graphic novel.
Yeah. That's true.
So let's chill out on the dissing, Liam.
Yeah. Whose turn is it to go third?
I think I'm going first.
Cool.
So my third favourite game of this year, Liam, was Star Trek VR.
And that's obviously because you played it with me a lot.
Yeah, no, genuinely. Yeah. Star Trek VR would not be on this list if I hadn't played with 4 friends.
3 friends.
I was including myself for some reason. That's weird.
Yep. But it was a fun experience.
Yeah. That game is just a fun game to play with your friends.
Yeah, I think my favourite moment of that was a time when I think Dan was like the captain. We had Tom in between us and me and you on either side, and we were just dicking around anytime Tom wasn't looking, and then as soon as he looked up we had to stop. Yeah,
and that's what me and you spent most of Star Trek VR doing, was just swearing at each other.
Yeah, and then there was a time when we went into the old ship and I didn't know how to turn on the button that told you what all of the buttons did.
Oh, that was so good.
And I just got confused.
Yeah, see, I think Star Trek VR has given me probably some of the best memories from video games this year.
That's totally. And so my third one, also VR, because of you, I got the PlayStation VR last year. Mm-hmm. But it was Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, just because it was. Like I remember we had a really, really hot summer, and I remember sitting in my living room without a shirt on, just screaming swear words because these horrible things were coming at me. We had the doors open, and Kat had to come down and be like, "Can you stop swearing? We've got neighbours with children."
I mean, there's something horrifying about the image of you just drenched in sweat, shirtless with a VR headset on.
Yeah, just swearing at these clowns that are kind of coming at me.
It's a good game though. I don't particularly like horror games and cannot do VR horror games, but I survived the bits I played.
You did the first 2 levels, and I do think you'd have been fine with the others if you'd have bothered.
Yeah, after I watched you do the third one, I was like, that's not that scary.
Well, did you see that it was free on the PlayStation?
I downloaded it. I just haven't played it.
Yeah. Will you?
Probably not.
That's a shame. What's your second?
Who knows, if we get our streaming set up, Liam?
Can you stream VR?
No idea. We'll find out.
I mean, if you weren't doing the thing that you do on Wednesdays, we'd have had Wednesday night Twitch night, but...
Whatever.
You went and stopped that dream from happening.
My second favourite game, Liam,
yep,
was a little game called Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone.
I remember you being obsessed with this for a while.
Such a good game. If anyone out there likes rhythm games and Hatsune Miku songs, this is the game for you.
You are strange.
Yeah, you've only just realised this.
It's just like, it's one of those things that I think I always know. I'm just reminded every now and again.
I think what it is a lot of the time you're prepared for people to think you're strange.
Yeah.
And I'm quite good at like shifting that focus onto you.
Yeah.
And then I sort of let that shield down when I play games like Hatsune Miku Project Diva Future Tone.
Yeah.
They're just good songs, Liam.
I'm sure.
What was your second place?
It was... So, it's a bit of a cheat, in a way, because it was one of these, like, remastered games, and it was 2 games in one, like, package, if you will. Mm-hmm. And I'd played one of them before, but I hadn't played the second one. But I replayed them both this year and just loved them both. And it was Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, the Batman games.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'd done Arkham Asylum before, but I replayed it, and then I did Arkham City, which was new to me. So I feel like I can justify this being on my list.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And
they're good games.
They're really good games, and I'm pleased.
The storyline that like runs through those 3 games is genuinely like one of the best.
Yeah, because I did then go and finish the Arkham Knight storyline afterwards. So
yeah,
it's good times. What was your favourite game of 2017?
My favourite game, Liam, of 2017
yeah,
was Total War 2 No, Total Warhammer. Warhammer Total War 2.
Of course.
It's fucking good.
Yeah, okay.
Warhammer, bit in the Total War universe, and it's the second game because I never played the first one. Gets to play as the Skaven and Liam. They were my peeps.
Yeah,
Gets
they're
to
like
play as
little
the Dark
rat
Elves.
people, aren't they?
Yep, the
Yeah.
rat people. I love them. The Dark Elves. I love them. And you get to play as both.
Doesn't sound like my sort of game.
No, probably not. You don't have the attention span for it, mate. You like bright colours.
I do.
What's your top game? I hope it's a game with bright colours.
It's Crash Bandicoot. So there was a remaster of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy, and I just remember having like probably a month where I just spent far too long playing it and kind of 100% completing it and getting the platinum trophies for each 3 of the games and just...
Yeah, you got massively into it.
Oh, yeah. Like, I remember, like, one of the trophies I was trying to get, not even a trophy, I was trying to complete a time trial on a level, and I think I just sat there for 6 hours solid until I did it.
That is either impressive... I wanted to say impressive.
It's also insane.
Yeah.
It's like, Kat wanted to go out shopping, and I was like, nah, not until I've done this.
Poor cat.
She was livid.
I can imagine.
But yeah, I like... And what's interesting about the games is, when I look back, I remember super enjoying them, but it's... And I think a lot of people had this same thing when the remaster came out, and they were looking back fondly at when they very first played the games on PlayStation. They remember how much they enjoyed them, and they sort of conveniently mask out how, like, horribly frustrating they are.
Yeah, because I re-remembered that very quickly and did not do what you did.
No, I think... Didn't you, like, throw a controller or something?
No, I nearly did.
Right, which you said you haven't done since you was, like, a 12 or something.
No, so I just stopped playing.
Understandable.
Oh god, we got. So those are our top things of this year, Liam. We've done our top things of this year.
Yeah.
But Liam, there's a whole new year ahead of us.
2018, it's going to be great.
We here on Nerd are nothing but positive about 2018.
There's not a lot of good-looking films coming out in the next year.
You said it was barren for TV shows as well, so we're off to a great start. We are going to tell you what we are most looking forward to in each of those categories, except the podcast, because we don't know what we're going to do on the podcast. So that'd be weird if we had a category where we said, I'm looking forward to the bit where Liam comes out as gay on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, that wouldn't make sense.
No, Kat would be confused.
She would.
I don't know why, but like 2017, I just remember there was a lot of films that I was looking forward to, and now in 2018, I've really struggled finding films. Like I
agree with you.
Yeah, on Letterboxd, I do like my top 10 anticipated, and it was a real struggle.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's not, like, other than, like, the obvious stuff, like, I'm looking forward to the new Avengers film, obviously.
Yeah, that is my most anticipated, actually. Avengers Infinity War, I think.
Yeah.
It's been, 10 years in the making, pretty much?
Yeah, that's, like, the one exciting film, right?
Yeah, like, this is
there's there's the other Marvel stuff, but that just sort of all gets roped in together, I think.
Yeah, like, we've been leading to this for so long now, and I really hope that they pull it off.
Yeah, oh, God. If it's good, it'll be like the best thing ever.
Yeah, just don't Justice League it.
I don't think they will. I've got faith in them. Only DC can fuck shit up as badly as they have.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of reluctantly on that train now, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry, mate. Welcome to the DC have failed you train.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
But yeah, no. And the other thing is, like, for me, Marvel had such a good year last year for film.
Yeah.
Like Thor Ragnarok, loved. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I enjoyed. Spider-Man Homecoming obviously made my top 3.
Yep.
So I have high hopes.
Yep, same. I think it's going to be good. It's not my most anticipated film, but...
It's up there. What's your most anticipated?
I've chosen Deadpool 2.
Okay.
So it's still a Marvel film, just not...
Have you heard the thing that people were saying they would love for Deadpool 2 to do, but they're not sure if they will?
No, what is it?
So you know how TJ Miller is in it?
Yeah, of course. I haven't even thought of this, yeah.
And he's obviously been accused
Got in some trouble.
Yeah. They're saying that what Deadpool 2 should do is reshoot all of his scenes with Christopher Plummer.
I don't know who that is.
So, okay, there was a Ridley Scott film called All the Money in the World that Kevin Spacey was in.
Okay.
And all the stuff came out about Kevin Spacey. So I think there was like only a couple of months until the film was to be released or something, and Ridley Scott reshot all of the scenes with Kevin Spacey in with an actor called Christopher Plummer, and still managed to get the release date in time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like a really impressive just like movie making feat.
Yeah.
To the point where, like, so Thanksgiving, which is November, right, is when they were doing the reshoots, and the film is in the UK out now.
Fair enough. That's impressive.
Yeah. So I've been seeing on Twitter a lot of people saying like a very Deadpool 2 way of handling the TJ Miller thing would be
to do that.
Yeah.
As well, because then you're referencing that. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, that would be good. That'd be cool.
I don't think they will, but it would be good.
No. I'm just looking forward to it because I liked Deadpool 1. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the second one.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is superb in that role.
It's like the role he was born to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like how Robert Downey Jr. was kind of born to do Tony Stark.
Yeah, exactly.
What about video games?
Video games, Liam, I'm really, really looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
I never played the first one.
It's one of my favourite games of all time.
I'm still hoping they remaster the first one so I can, be up to date with the story for the second.
Yeah, I don't know if they will.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
But even then, this is a whole new story from what I understand. It's like it's a prequel to the story of Red Dead Redemption.
Oh, okay. So,
but not connected to it, I don't think. It's just set in the before times.
Right,
That is
got
a
you.
stupid sentence.
I understood it, though.
Yeah, thank you.
My one is probably Days Gone. I remember seeing the trailer for it, and it has like hordes of zombies that come after you, and
they like flow a little bit like liquid almost, like the way they run into each other. Yeah,
very
that looks really
World
good.
War Z.
Yeah.
And it just
I
looks
hope
like
it's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. It looks like it could be really tense.
Yeah,
and
they
really
might fuck it up.
exciting.
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm crossing my fingers for it.
Yeah.
What about TV?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, Jessica Jones season 2.
Yep, the first one's great. Hopefully the second one will be just as good.
Well, are we getting season 3 of Daredevil next year, or are we not sure?
I have no idea.
Because there was some casting news that has me excited for that.
Is it Zac Efron?
No. They're I think Wilson Fisk is kind of having a bigger part to play in season 3.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
And-
he's like the best thing at the moment.
Yeah, he's my favourite thing from season 1 and his appearance in season 2. I don't know if that's spoilers though.
Nope, no spoilers.
But yeah, so between Daredevil and Jessica Jones, I prefer Jessica Jones. So season 2 of that, I'm excited to see what they do next.
Yeah, that's fair. My one is Westworld season 2.
I haven't watched the first season yet.
I really like it. I think it's a really good TV show.
The complaint I've heard a lot about it is that it is a bit repetitive, deliberately so, but for the viewer it becomes a bit kind of annoying.
Yeah, but the way the season ends, I'm excited to see what they do with season 2.
Fair enough.
I think there could be some interesting stuff. So I've got my hopes up.
Well, next year when we do our 2018 roundup, let's see if these things ended up on our best of lists, or if we
Probably
were...
not, because I'll have forgotten that I mentioned them, and then I won't know.
Yeah, but there'll still have been things that you've experienced for the first time, so you might end up on your list even if you don't remember.
We'll see.
So, well, let's find out.
Housekeeping!
What? No.
Okay.